Sakong Il, thank you very much for coming to the World Policy Conference for Internet TV. You have recently been at the G20 summit advising the presidential delegation from South Korea. What do you think? I mean, it seems to me that the G20 summit was rather hijacked by the Euro crisis. Was that a failure of the G20, or is it something that the G20 can really deal with?
Well, I don't think G20 was hijacked. In fact, G20 is supposed to be premier forum for international economic cooperation.
Exactly.
So G20 was held in the midst of this worsening the European sovereign debt crisis. So it's very natural for G20 to deal with the issue. And otherwise, you know, it won't be seen as a premier forum for international economic cooperation.
But if we go back a few weeks, President Sarkozy of France was thinking that China would give a lot of money towards a rescue effort for the Eurozone. And I think China's reaction was that, no, this wasn't a terribly good idea.
Yeah.
Is there a role for Asia to play in this?
Of course. I mean, you know, in this interdependent world, no country or no region can be insulated from the external shocks, external problems. In that regards, you know, neighbors' problems are their own problems, and so in this sense, everybody has to cooperate and collaborate to deal with the situation. Now, I'm not Chinese, so I don't know what Chinese have in mind, but I think what they are saying is that you know, they have their own share of domestic politics, and they have to persuade their own people why they lend money to the Europeans when the Europeans are not doing enough for themselves. So I think this matter of, you know, politics, but as an economist who can see the overall picture and the macro implications, I would say, you know, China and Korea and any of the countries should be part of the countries to help resolve the problem.
A final question then. Do you think, I mean, obviously there are political problems in dealing with this crisis, but do you think there's also been a failure of economic governance, not just in Europe, but almost at the global level?
Oh yes, very much so. Actually, the essence of the problem is the political crisis and the lack of strong political leadership and weak governance at the regional level and particularly at the global level. That is the main reason why actually I'm going to talk about tomorrow for the global community to rely more on the G20, and the G20 itself has to make every effort to further institutionalize and to strengthen its own governance so that it can provide enough public goods the global community needs now.
Sakong Il, thank you very much indeed.